bayobozi b'inzego nkuru zitandukanye z'igihugu cyacu, banyacyubahiro mwese muri hano, abanyarwanda bose bakurikira uyu muhango, nagira ngo mbasuhuze. Kandi nongera kubifuriza umwaka mushya muhire. Uwo mwaka ndibwira ko uzabamo byinshi byiza. Nagira ngo kandi kubera ibyatuzanye hano, bishimire Perezida mushya wa Sena, ni n'amahirwe nyine ko atangiranye n'umwaka. Ibyiza byose twifuza muri uyu mwaka niba turi buhereho uyu munsi. Ibisigaye rero ni akazi gasanzwe, ngira ngo ubwo nk'uko banadusobanuriye ubushobozi bwe, amateka ye, n'imikorere, nta gushidikanya ko imirimo azayitunganya uko bikwiye, kandi ngira ngo twese tuzayimufashamo ari bagenzi be bo muri Senate n'abo mu zindi nzego harimo n'izacu. Ubwo hari azaboneka umwanya tugenda tuvuga n'ibindi byinshi muri icyo gihe cyo gukorana nawe. Ndagira ngo ariko ntabwo nakwibagirwa gushimira Perezida wa Sena wahoze ariho mbere y'umushya tubonye, ari we Dr. Augustin Iyamuremye. Nagira ngo ngushimire nka perezida, ariko noneho ngushimire no mu izina ry'abayobozi bandi bose bari hano, uko bitwaye mu mirimo yawe n'ukuntu wishoje neza. Bityo rero ni ukugana ku mirimo twese dushinzwe ku nzego zitandukanye, uko tugomba kuzuzanya, bityo tugateza igihugu cyacu imbere. Abanyarwanda baba badukurikira no kuri uyu munsi, twese dushobora gutekereza ibiba biri mu mitwe yabo, bavuga bati ariko bariya abayobozi bari hariya bateraniye hariya bashyizeho n'umuyobozi mushya, Perezida wa Sena, icyo bagiye gukora dukomeza kujyana no guhindura ubuzima bwacu kugira ngo bube bwiza kurusha ni iki. Icyo kibazo nubwo kibazwa ku ruhande rw'abaturage n'abandi bose batuye igihugu cyacu, ubundi nitwe dukwiriye kuba turi aba mbere kwibaza ngo ariko ibyo dukora, ibyo tugiye gukora muri uyu mwaka mushya ni ibihe bishya bigiye kuzana n'uwo mwaka, yiyongera ku byo tumaze gukora, biganisha aho dushaka kujya. Ni ubuhe buryo bushya, ingamba nshya ni izihe, imbaraga nshya ni izihe? Dukwiye kuba tubyibaza buri gihe, cyane cyane nko muri uyu mwanya. Ntabwo byaba ko ari imirimo isanzwe, ari uburyo busanzwe ngo dukomeze gutyo. Iteka dukwiye gushakisha icyahinduka, cyatuzanira ibishya twifuza, cyaduteza imbere kurusha, ntibibe uburyo busanzwe gusa tugenderamo. Niba dushobora kwihuta tukatera intambwe 100 ku munsi, ntabwo dukwiye kugarukira kuri 50, dukwiye kugera kuri izo ntambwe 100, kuko ubwo biba bishoboka. Kandi ibintu bikava mu mvugo gusa, kuko turavuga cyane, tuvuga ibintu byinshi, ahenshi bikagarukiraho. Ariko hari icyo kigomba kuvamo nacyo tugaragaza, imvugo nziza, ibyo tuvuga tugiye gukora ntabwo bitanga umusaruro. Ugera kureba ku musaruro ugasanga ntungana n'isezerano wahaye abantu cyangwa se ibyo wabwiye gukora. Perezida wa Sena rero mushya, ndashaka ko atari wowe ugiye gukora ibishya gusa kuko uri mushya uje kuba perezida wa Sena, ariko ndagira ngo naba usanze haba muri Sena, haba mu nteko y'abadepite, haba muri guverinoma n'izindi nzego, natwe dukwiye kuba twiteguye kugendera kuri iyo ngendo yongera imbaraga, izana ibishya, byiyongera ku byiza tumaze kugeraho, tugakomeza iyo nzira. Hari byinshi rero, umwaka mushya wa 2023 uje ukurikira imyaka twagizemo ingorane zitandukanye, ubukungu bwarazahaye, ubu bikwiye kuba umwaka wo kubaka, wo kongera kuzamura imibereho y'Abanyarwanda, kuzamura ubukungu bwacu, gutera imbere nk'uko inzara twari turimo mbere yari imeze. Hari byinshi rero bidusaba, tugomba kwitegura guhangana nabyo. Ariko reka noneho ngira icyo mvuga kuri ibyo kandi nsezeranya. Hari byinshi bigenda bivugwa numva hanze, abaturage ibyo bakenera, ibyo bavuga, ibyo banenga, ibyo bagira bate. Ndashaka ko tubyitaho. Navuga bimwe muri bike dukwiriye kwitaho, hari byinshi ntabwo ndi buvuge byose, ndavuga bike. Icya mbere, hari ibirarane dufite byo twumvise abaturage batubwiye aho twagiye hirya no hino mu turere dutandukanye, basanga ibintu twasezeranije bimaze umwaka, 2, 3, 4 bitaragerejwe cyangwa 5 bitaragerejwe ku baturage. Ndetse wabaza impamvu ku bari babishinzwe, impamvu ntiboneke, ntigaragare. Bitavuga ndetse bivuze ko hari icyabuze, kuko nacyo ntibakivuga ngo babwire ngo habuze iki, niyo mpamvu tutabikoze. Ugasanga hariho uburangare bukwiriye guhagarara. Ikindi numva bavuga n'abantu kugira ngo abantu bashobore gukora imirimo yabo mu buryo bwa buri munsi baragenda. Numvise ko hari ikibazo cya transport, abaturage ko bagenda amabisi cyangwa iki ku buryo buboroheye, barambwira ko birimo ikibazo. Ibyo nibyo numva hanze mu baturage, mu babishinzwe ntawe urakingezaho. Wenda murabizi cyangwa ntimubizi, muva aha mujya gukurikirana kugira ngo mumenye ikibazo uko giteye, tuyishakire umuti gikemuke, kiva mu nzira. Ikindi kijyanye wenda n'ibyo, ariko kijyanye n'ibindi byinshi, hari ibibazo bitandukanye bambwira bijyanye n'imisoro. Buri misoro ifite uko idindiza ishoramari cyangwa se kubikorera. Sinzi impamvu ibyo bitasuzumwa nabyo bikareba ko abantu bakareba imisoro impamvu yayo cyangwa nicyo tuyikeneraho. Ibyo ntabwo ari ikibazo na busa, birumvikana, ngira ngo birumvikana. Niyo mpamvu n'abantu batanga imisoro uko bameze kose, sinibwira ko icyo kibazo ubundi tugifite cy'imyumvire, ahubwo mu buryo bw'inyoroshya kugira ngo n'imisoro ntigabanuka, ahubwo rimwe na rimwe yaba bigize neza iriyongera. Ntabwo bivuze ko gukomeza imisoro, ntabwo bivuze ko kuremereza imisoro ari byo biguha imisoro myinshi. Kandi hari ababishinzwe, hari ababizi, bashobora kubyiga bakaduha uburyo twashaka igisubizo kuri ibyo ngibyo tudafite n'icyo dutakaje. Ntabwo naje hano kugira ngo mvuge ko dukwiriye gutakaza imisoro, ntabwo ari byo mvuga, ahubwo yiyongere. Ariko ushobora kwiyongera mu buryo kandi yorohejwe. ibyo ndabirekera abakwiye kubyiga nabyo babishyireho umwete vuba, nabyo bigaragaza aho tujya, tubifatira ibyemezo. Ndabivugira hano imbere y'inteko ngira ngo abo mu nteko nabo babigiramo uruhare, babe babitekereza kuko byakwihuta bikava mu nzira. Ikindi kitajya kiva mu nzira nacyo, tuvuze imyaka myinshi kandi ubundi bizamura ubukungu bwacu kubera ko bunagishingiyeho, ni ugutanga serivisi ku buryo bunoze. Gutanga serivisi zaba mu nzego za leta, zaba no mu nzego z'abikorera. Ntabwo numva impamvu ibintu twabiremeza ku buryo nanone nka bya bintu natangiriyeho, ikintu gishobora gukorwa mu minota 5 kigomba gutegereza isaha, kigomba gukorwa mu munsi kigategereza icyumweru, kigomba gukorwa mu cyumweru, ushobora gukorwa mu cyumweru kigategereza ukwezi. Ntabwo numva dukwiye kuba twumvikana nabyo. Abayobozi bari hano mukwiye kuba mubyumva kuko tubivuze inshuro nyinshi. Mukwiye rero gusubira inyuma, uyu mwaka mushya tugiyemo bigahinduka, kandi genda basezeranya ko ku ruhande rwanjye kigomba gukorwa kugira ngo ibintu bihinduke, nzagikora. Kugira ngo ibintu bihinduke ikigomba gukorwa kimwe na accountability. Ndaza kubaremerera kuri icyo kintu cya accountability. Ndaza gutuma buri wese utayitabira yumva imvune yayo. Ibyo ndabibasezeranya, nicyo kintu cya mbere mbanza kubasezeranya. Ikindi, kugira ngo ibyo byose bishoboke, nuko tugomba kubona umwanya wo gukora ibyo dushinzwe. Nkomeza kenshi nsubira iyo ndeba gusa n'urugero rumwe, iyo ndeba ukuntu abantu bagenda, abayobozi baracicikana kujya hanze y'igihugu. Ndaza kubishyiraho feri, ugende buhoro, hajya hagenda abagomba kugenda, babanze basobanure. Prime Minister urabunyumva, uzajya bihera iwawe. Buri wese ugiye ushaka kugenda, kuko hari ibintu bibiri. Iyo ugendera ku mari ya leta, cya kabiri wakoresheje igihe cya leta cy'umwanya ugomba kuba ufite ibindi ukora. Kugira ngo rero abantu bazajya bagenda urujya n'uruza, bizajya bibanza bisobanuke neza, tunabibaremo inyungu igihugu kibifitemo. Ntabwo mvuze ko bizahagarara, ahubwo nzabiremereza nabyo bibagore. Utasobanuye neza aho ajya n'ikimutwara, uwo ntahazajya ajya. Ariko no hejuru y'icyo ukurikirane turebe ngo nubwo ntaho yagiye, afite icyo akora, kijyanye n'imirimo ashinzwe. Nicyo kizagabanya biriya birarane biri mu giturage, njyayo bakambwira ibintu bimaze imyaka ingahe twasezeranije kandi bidafite igisobanuro kivuga ngo ntabwo byashobotse kubera iyi mpamvu yumvikana. Iyo abantu bazajya babikurikirana babisubiza uko bikwiriye. Prime Minister rero aza kumufasha mu gushyiraho iyo feri, izo breaks turaza ku it's not just the pressure of applying brakes, it's accountability that is going to be exercised. Everyone is going to be more accountable than we have been before. Hanyuma biduha umwanya wo kugira ngo kuva muri COVID yahitanye yanye n'ubukungu n'imibereho y'abaturage dushobore kubivamo tugiye mu bihe bizima, nubwo imbere haza n'ibindi byorezo nabyo tuzahangane nabyo, ariko dufite aho duturuka mu buryo bwo kwiyubaka. Ndizera ko ibyo byumvikanye. Ubwo hano ni mu gihugu cyacu, kanjye hanze gato aribyo nasangiye namwe hano n'ubushize twaganiriye mumeruka hano mu nteko, ndashaka kubisubiramo nabyo. Ndabisubiramo mvuga ko nabwo hari intambwe, hari ibigenda bitera imbere, there is progress, but not enough. There are still more problems to address than those that have been addressed. But we must also address those hard problems. Mainly, I want to talk about the usual problems we have currently in our neighborhood, which keeps bringing up Rwanda's name in all sorts of ways. But I also want to be clear on some issues so that, because the beauty of it is that there's not a single story about it. There are so many stories about it. So that gives really diverse views, but from among them, you can pick the right views, which can also serve to give ways forward and provide solutions. I want to start with this time a problem we have had for a long time. We have had refugees from different places for different reasons. There is one type of refugee that I think we are not going to accept. We cannot keep being host to refugees for which later on we are held accountable in some way or even abused about. Refugees as a result of ethnic cleansing based in another country, and we must be the dumping ground of those people who are being deprived of their rights. We have had refugees here for over 20 years from DRC, of one type of people. In fact, when the president of DRC, the current, when we were still talking, I raised this matter with him when he had just come to office. And I told him a long story about all along what we even contemplated doing of, we tried many things, including, I told him that we even thought of saying, should we absorb these people and make them our citizens and put the matter to rest? Just as a way of solving the problem. But I also told him the difficulty with that, because even when we tried, we actually tried and did talk to a number of them. At the same time, some countries, whether it was Europe or America or wherever, they were actually picking and choosing some families from among these refugees and taking them away to settle them in those places. That's fine. So everybody, there were now two views within these refugees. One was, no, they don't want the citizenship, would even propose to them, because they want to go back home. That is in DRC. The second, they are not interested in ours, given the United States, Europe, or wherever, or Canada. If they were coming and picking them and taking them there to settle them, they would prefer that. I have no quarrel with that at all. So we were remaining, but when we were proposing to give them citizenship, we also told them that they can't, if they accepted it, they can't be the same people who would again go cause trouble in the DRC, because that, if they did that, then we would rightly be blamed that our citizens are, people who have given citizenship are now springing from that and causing trouble in their country of origin. I had extensive discussion with that president. So I told him, please help as a new president. We shall all rally around you and try to support you to have this matter resolved. At the beginning, he was convinced and was maybe going to do something about it. But now you see where we are. Another thing, when you have seen the whole world, but based on what the government in DRC is talking about, is blaming us, we are supporting M23, and then M23 must go back to where they came from. We even try to explain almost on a regular basis how those people fighting there did not actually come from here. Little did I know that those who say it are actually saying, oh, these are Tutsis from Rwanda as of origin, even if it is 100 years ago. So they must to Rwanda. At least that's what the authorities in Congo are actually implying. I don't know whether those who support that idea from outside are aware of this and therefore could be doing it deliberately also, or doing it knowingly. But it's an abuse, a gross abuse of people's rights, and actually abuse against us as a country. And that's why there is a difficulty when people are saying, oh, you talk to, no, I can't talk to M23, these are terrorists, But, and some people, we thought, should we be clear about this? Go along. And then we are the ones, that is Rwanda, who must carry that burden and be held responsible for the turmoil that is going on in that part of the country. This is the basis on which I absolutely reject and have objection to these constant statements being made, to the point that we are abused, that we're also responsible for hate speech, meaning we're also responsible for ethnic cleansing. We? Absolutely not. Now, the group of experts write so many things in their report. Some blamed on Rwanda, others blamed on DRC. But somehow, in the end, the story emerges, no, what people are interested in are those things being said about Rwanda. What is being said about DRC is, where we told the DRC to tell those people who are involved in hate speech, but it is not just hate speech, they are even killing people. Up to this day, we are receiving refugees. Yesterday, there were refugees crossing the border coming into Rwanda as a result of that, just yesterday. I'm sure there will be more today. And for that, people say, we have told them, to tone down their language. And then DRC jumps up and says, oh, you must do this to Rwanda, you must do this to Rwanda. They tell the European Union, they're telling the US, you have to do this to Rwanda. Do what to Rwanda? For what? For having done what? What have we done? For what we have done, you must first even understand why we would be doing it. Why would we be doing what you are accusing us of doing? Why don't people then address that is causing us to do what we are accused of doing? At the same time, we warned people, and I want to warn people today, when shells were crossing our border and landing on our territory. There is a lot we said about it. When FDLR crossed our border and killed people in Kinigi, literally shutting down that area rich in tourism, and that was the purpose. And of course, the immediate response of those outsiders is to say, don't go to Rwanda, don't go to that area. And then when I do something about it, it's like, no, you're doing a terrible thing. Oh, you want me to keep quiet? Those people close that area, will lose everything and lose people's lives. And then say, oh, if you do this, we shall blame you. Well, I will give you what to blame me for, in a real sense. We are really prepared to be blamed, but we will be blamed for doing what we must do. What people are they talk about interests and so on in Congo. I am not opposed to anybody's interests anywhere. How can I be opposed to your interest in Congo if you have interest there? It's none of my business. What do you want to go? But you're also not going to be able to have your interests fulfilled if there is no peace. I don't understand the calculation. You allow turmoil to go on. There are simple things that could be done to address the problem. You don't mind that turmoil goes on, but you expect to have your interests safeguarded. I don't understand. The interest we have as Rwanda is completely different from what people call interest. First, our interest is even survival. This little Rwanda must survive. We have that history that tells us better than anything that, yes, for anything else, we have to be there, we have to be alive. So we have explained, we have talked so much to so many, to anyone, to the powers that be. We are explaining to them simple things. They're really simple things. And then they say, we won't talk. That is the RDC saying, we can't speak to M23. They are terrorists. Your own citizens are terrorists, fine. Go sort it out in your place. But are the 80,000 refugees who are here and more coming every day since this situation started, these ordinary men, women, children, are they terrorists? You're telling me they're terrorists? You must be kidding. And if this was said by some ignorant, some person who well, of course, presumably telling an ignorant, some useless people, useless to themselves, meaning if Rwandans were like that and somebody decides to tell us all this, well, maybe that's fair to the situation. These are just useless, ignorant people talking to each other. But I have to tell you, we are not. So I keep saying this so that maybe someday some people pick some sense from the real facts on the ground. by the way, they said they won't talk to them, they want to do this. And some people support that they shouldn't talk to them. And then they add, no, but if we are to talk to them, we shall talk to them secretly so that nobody knows that we are talking to them. I mean, so that it continues to be my problem. It continues to be Rwanda's problem. I will talk, but I can only talk to them quietly. I will send somebody to go. No, but first of all, this is not Rwanda's problem. And we are going to ensure that everybody realizes that it is not Rwanda's problem. And starting with saying, those who think it is Rwanda's problem and not Congo's, first of all, remove these Congolese from here. Those who are coming in every day just on the actions of government and institutions, you tell me government is not functioning properly or this, or that's still none of my business. If it is to be my business, it is yours also, meaning the international community. These are the ones I'm addressing. It is as much your problem as it is mine. But I'm refusing that Rwanda should carry this burden and be insulted and abused every day about it. So, either you carry them from here and take them wherever you want, or they go back to Congo and you protect them there. I have heard you protect them against their own government. And from mercenaries, whom I have heard, when you hear a situation is relying on mercenaries, you know that situation is a mess. If it comes to us dealing with the mercenaries, we really have, we are overstocked. To deal with the mercenaries. Mercenaries are the most useless people you can meet. Yes. You can rely on. So those countries relying on mercenaries, you just know they are in trouble. They have original problems before they brought mercenaries. And when they bring mercenaries, the problems are multiplied by a big factor. It gets worse, not better. So I'm saying this, you know, with a sense of, in a way, of frustration. It's like the world has gone crazy. Nobody's listening to the others. Facts no longer apply to anything. Since when did these Congolese, well, of Rwandese origin, become Rwanda's problem? When you say they go back, well, first of all, ask yourself, who brought them there? Ask those who took them to Congo. How they went there, I don't know. Those who took them there, who created those conditions, should be the ones to answer, not me. You're not going to force that problem on me, zero. It can't happen. So I'm preparing you, those who take care of the world. They must understand this is a problem that must be addressed among others. Those M23, like it happened in 2012, we told them the same things, but nobody listened. Then there is FDLR, which has been preserved. I think it is also deliberate, actually, for FDLR and the affiliate groups to be there for these last decades can't be by accident. No. It cannot be by accident. Because if you are saying M23 and all these other people you are cleaning up, these, they give them all sorts of names. If you are saying they go back to Rwanda or they go to Rwanda, whether willingly or unwillingly, but you don't talk about FDLR because you want them to stay, that is exactly at the heart of the matter. That is the cleansing we are talking about. You want to get rid of a certain identity and keep the other identity you want, but something else behind that is all along FDLR and these other groups you hear making all kinds of noises. Some people think it's like they are trying to create an alternative to what there is in Rwanda. You know, there's that part as well. When you see all these things happening, it's like, no, we are tired of this setup in Rwanda. So they want these Kagames and these RPF and these others, you know, say Rwanda lacks freedom. You know, there's no freedom, there's no democracy. But you are the first person denying me my freedom. Actually, Rwandans are denied their freedom. And that's why people are trying to find alternatives for them. Who are you to choose how people live and behave and so on? Well, you can't teach me how to behave. I don't like your behavior yourself. So where do you stand to tell me how you should behave? Who are you? Who? From where? Telling me what? So let me tell you, maybe we should wind up this. Those who think they just turn this, we have had enough in our history that we don't need any more of nonsense. But what I promise is those who are my age, even those who are younger, who are 50, and behind these things trying to, you will grow old and leave this earth with me without seeing that change you are hoping for. So I want again to assure everybody, as you know, and I'm sure you know this because you are part of it, this country has gone through so much, have seen so much. The only thing that came out of it is that we are as solid as a rock. So those who get involved with all kinds of games against us. It's only a joke. So we can keep joking. There is no harm in joking. And much as there is no harm in anybody insulting us. If someone insults you, what is the problem? As long as you don't get diverted from what you are doing for yourself, what is the problem? If you attack me, we fight. I fight back. If you want us to work together, we work together. And by the way, we can be the best of friends with people. But also, we can be not so interesting to those who wish to be our enemies. So, have a good day.